To highlight jobs, all we really need to do is add a boolean in the database, make sure that we pull this through in our query, and then just change the background color of each of our jobs. So not too much work to do here. Let's start by just creating out a migration to add this in. So let's create a migration, add highlighted to jobs table. And let's specify the table in here just in case. And let's come over and just open that up. So add highlighted to jobs table. Great. So this is just going to be a boolean. Let's go ahead and add this in now. And we're just going to call that highlighted. And by default, of course, we're going to set this to false if it's not selected. And let's go ahead and make sure we drop that column if we run our down migrations. So let's go ahead and run PHP artisan migrate to add that in. And there we go. So we should now have, if we head over to the database, highlighted false set here. Let's go ahead and set this to true here. It doesn't really matter in terms of the ordering here. The pinned is the most important for ordering. So we're just going to set one of these to true and one of them to false. Okay, so over in our schema, we're going to go ahead and update this now. So let's head back over to our jobs app, down to GraphQL, and open up our schema. And under the job itself, let's add this in. Now we've not seen a boolean type yet, but it's literally just boolean. So let's go ahead and say highlighted. And now we can request this information. So I'm actually going to create out a new tab in here because we're going to get rid of has tags. We'll leave the order by in there. That's absolutely fine. But let's go ahead and just request out the highlighted field and we should be good. So let's send that across and variables. Yeah, so we don't actually need that slug in there, but let's go ahead and get rid of that. And we should be good. Great. So now we can see highlighted false for Livewire developer and highlighted true for content producer. So now over in our client, let's open up index.view and add this in here. So let's say highlighted, and let's go over to our job.view component, and we basically just want to set the class here to a different background color if that's selected. So we can bind in a class here, and that's just going to be something like BG Blue 300. In fact, let's make that 200, a little bit less so it's not too harsh. And we're just going to say job highlighted. So if that's true, we'll apply that background color to each of them. Again, you can style this up if you want this to look a little bit better, but that's pretty much our job highlighting. Very, very simple to add. Let's go on to the next part and look at pinning jobs to the top. So we'll create a few more jobs because we need to be careful with the ordering of these as well.